Hello and welcome back. So we're back on the runway, we're armed up, prepared, blah blah blah, whatever. We've got a whole selection of bombs. We've got, let me go and have a look. We've got 6 times GBU 12, we've got 8 times Mark 82 Snakeyes, we're going to do a Snakeyes CCRP, we're going to do a GBU CCIP and a GBU laser drop. So it's all going to be funky and interesting because I don't know what to do. I've also done my interior lights on, so you can actually see what I'm doing now, and that is those knobs there. Right, Grinkle, we're extremely heavy, we're overweight at 23,000 pounds, so our takeoff is going to be...
Short takeoff.
So we're going to be short takeoff landing.
Rolling short takeoff.
Flaps, do we want auto or stall for this?
I put them in stall just because we are heavy and we just want the extra lift. Heavy
and a kind of 50-degree nozzle, is that good for this kind of weight?
Start with 25, just to get you rolling.
We can start with 25 and then ramp that up a little bit. I'm going to water's on. I'm going to turn my master on now so I don't forget. Right, are we ready to go?
Should
be. Well, let's go brakes on, let's go 70%. Let's release and gauge on 3, 2, 1, gate.
You should already be able to feel how heavy she is.
Yep. Okay, winding the nozzle up.
So as you hit 120, do the kick her down to 60.
Down to 60, and she's up, and we're all good. Gonna put my gear up.
First thing you want to do is gear up, power down to about 950.
Yep.
Just so you don't overheat.
Flaps up. Yep, tally you, coming down to find you. Nozzles pushing forward. Backwards, sorry. Yep, I'm flying good. She is heavy, yeah. The only thing I'm missing is... Oh, damn, I was revving out too high there. I probably burnt my engine out a bit, but I was going faster than I thought, but we're okay. We're okay.
Once you're in about 250 knots, you can consider yourself a level flight. Go ahead and just make sure everything's all flaps auto if you've left anything like that.
Flaps. Hang on. Just find you so I don't hit you. Flaps are good. Water is next. Water comes off. Nozzles are good.
So right, first thing we're going to do on this flight is I'm just going to set my AFC up so I'm trimmed out for a 5-degree climb. I'm going to leave that on. I'm just going to hold that there and it should stay there quite nicely for me.
Grinkle, you haven't got GBUs on, you've got some sort of dispenser on. Unless it's just bugged on my screen.
Negative, I've got 6 times GBU, 8 guy.
Have you got sidewinders on the side?
Negative.
This isn't you. This is someone else. How did I get it?
I'm somehow flying formation with Cab without knowing where the hell he is.
Hello, Chaos. I'm in formation with Chaos, apparently. That was kind of weird. Where the hell's Grinkle got to?
I'm quite low.
Oh, I'm up high with Chaos.
For the mother of God, don't climb.
Right, so... Oh, there's Grinkle. There's Grinkle.
I'm passing in front of you now.
Right, okay, that was weird, but go figure.
Right, what I'll do is I'll put this, roll this out this way, and I'll just put us in kind of hooking a bank. First thing we're going to do is fun times. First thing we want to do is sensor select down once.
Hang on, just a sec. Sort my trim out. Trim is good. Trim is off. Right, sensor select down. It's the first time I've done this.
Sensor select aft. Sorry, not down.
I did it, and it didn't really do anything as far as I think.
Right, so your right MFD should now read LST.
Roger, I did. Yep.
Right, so now on the top corner, top left-hand corner, so left-hand panel, top button should say code. There should be a box around that. So, right, so click that button so code disappears, the box disappears, and then click it again so the box appears.
Is this, what's LST? That's something to do with laser?
Laser spot track.
Right, I'm going to click code. Right, code is no longer boxed. Shall I box it up again?
Yep, box it up again, and then move on to your UFC in the center console and put in a number. I'm going 1388. So Cap, if you go 1488.
Stand by. I've lost tally on you. I don't suppose it really matters. Cab's going 1488. Enter? Question mark? Question mark?
Yep.
Enter. Roger.
And then go back to the menu.
Menu. Roger. Roger.
Onto your T-pod.
T-pod. Roger. Roger.
It should now read 1488.
Agree.
Mine's still spazzing out, but we fix that by clicking TDC, so bottom right hand should say TDC and standby.
Done.
So click TDC, so TDC becomes underlined, and click standby, so standby becomes not underlined.
Oh my god, yeah, I've got a display of some sort now.
Yep, now just click standby again. We'll get back to that in a little bit,
Roger,
but that is your laser code unbugged and fixed for weapons now.
Roger. Right, let me try and find.
So yeah, now it should go back to, so TDC should now be underlined, standby should now be underlined, and the laser code on the top should stop mucking around now. It should just be a solid number.
Agree.
Sweet, then that's fixed. That's been a bug in the Harrier for a little while. If you don't do that, then chances are your weapons will not track.
Roger.
So it looks like the convoy is along this river.
Roger. Can a laser bomb attack a moving target?
Yes, now it can at least. Now they fixed those.
What kind of angels do you want us to be at?
Well, it depends what you want to do first, man.
Let's do the laser first. It's the hardest, so I imagine.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna roll back. If you tally airfield just behind us.
Alright, you little monkey. Yep, tally. Yep, tally.
Right over it. Right. So I'm gonna bring myself back over that way.
Yep. Same.
Probably
higher so you can go see the convoy.
Yeah, just shoot one thing just so we can get a thing. So now if you bring your T-pod, go back to your T-pod page.
T-pod page. So menu and then T-pod?
Yep, menu T-pod.
Roger.
Should have now unclick standby.
Unclick standby. Okay.
You should now have a camera.
Agree.
If you look in your HUD at about just above, near the top of the HUD, sorry, there should be a 8 octagon. That's the word.
Roger.
That octagon is the bore sight currently of where your T-pod is looking. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that over the target area. So we're going to use the HUD and that symbology there to find the rough target area and just get the camera on target. We will then use the TV screen itself to find and refine our targeting solutions.
Roger.
If that makes any sense.
I was a very silly man. I just pressed the cursor key and it's gone funny. So I've got to uncursor key this. Is there any way I'm going to go back to standby, undo standby? It's still done it. I've accidentally
undesignate. So noseable steering, undesignate. Just hammer that 2 or 3 times. It should return. Right, so we're going to orbit this a second. We're going to bring ourselves back around. Make sure that you have TDC slew controls. Remember? Do not touch them until you are ready to lock into a target. So if you look almost, let me get a bearing on this from the airfield for you.
This is going to be hard.
It is. And this is the hardest part of delivering guided munitions, and that is finding your target from 30 miles away.
You should have taken him to Bunker Lake, because then you could have just had the TDC go to Bullseye.
No, we'll do it the hard way, it's fine. So if you come to above the airfield of roughly about 080 through 090, there should be a widening of the lake.
080.
If you go ahead and put your octagon over that and then hit sensor select down, or TDC down, sorry, not sensor select, for God's sake, don't press sensor select.
Come by. Right, out the airport now, turning 080.
You should see just the widest part of the lake between 08 and 09.
Yep. Okay,
right.
Okay.
So go ahead and put your octagon over that and try and slow it down. Just tap it, just tap down.
Right, so I'm having to aim my aircraft down to get it around there, and I tap down, so it's locked onto the terrain there, and I'm going to now go level again with my aircraft.
Exactly. So now if you go onto if you look at your screen now, you should see a nice kind of TV screen there with all sorts of wonderful numbers and shit. First thing we're going to do is left hand side top button should say COD or something along those lines.
Jesus, how can you read anything? Oh yeah, COD, roger, yep, yep.
We're going to press that and turn that to flare.
Roger,
So they've
roger.
changed the flare camera, which is quite fun. I haven't actually done this since 2.15, no 2.51, sorry. So
Right, I've flared it, yep.
right, so this is now forward-looking infrared mode, which just tends to make it easier to pick out targets. However, it's changed significantly in the last patch.
Right, what, should we be looking around and stuff, or?
Yep, so now just use the slew buttons to look around and see if you can't pick out anything juicy to hit.
There should be smoke for you to
Oh
find.
my god. Are you just getting like kind of monochrome picture, like Nintendo 8-bit monochrome?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay,
But things should start standing out once you actually find a target. Try slowing your thing right, should be from the airfield, it will be slew right.
Right, I've basically gone over the target now, so how do I unlock and set up for a new run?
Negative, don't unlock, just come back to the airfield we were at before, the orbit point. So let's say we're doing CAS, we will call this airfield our in point. So we're essentially just orbiting this airfield right now.
Right, oh I see, so you'd have to fly at it.
Negative, it's a slewing camera, it'll do all sorts of wonderful things all by itself.
It's different to the Phantasmagoria then. In the SU-25, okay. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Right, turning back. So we've got 360 ability on this camera.
Not entirely 360 degrees, but it is... you can see from back, I'm currently flying away from the target, and as long as I maintain a correct attitude of my aircraft, it will give me 360.
Understood. Right, heading back towards the airport. Right, so I found a bridge. So if we go to F10, can I do it? Let's do a bit of cheating and get ourselves a bit of a head start, shall we? So what we can say is...
so if you find the bridge, it's just north of the bridge.
It's just... Yeah, right. Interesting.
Right, I tally smoke. I turn it off flare if you have to, because you can use both of those different modes to find targets. Just to... There should be smoke just north of the bridge.
Still orientating myself. Let's go this way, little jet. Oh, I've got my own body in the way, it's so annoying. I'm a big stupid body, get out of the way.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the F10 map and see where I am west of Kutaisi right now. I have a perfectly crystal clear image of the target from my current position.
Hang on, I'm losing all kinds of situations. I can see it with my eyes, I can see the smoke, but I'm determined to do it properly with my pod, so let's just relax, chill out.
I mean, if you want to cheat a little bit...
Can you zoom in, zoom out? That's the main thing.
Yes, you can.
Right, that would help enormously. So
there's two ways to do this. If you look at we're on the left-hand panel. So on the right MFD, left-hand button panel, so the bottom one will swap between wide area and narrow area, or that should be your initial zoom.
Sorry, I missed that. Where's the zoom? Oh, zoom.
There's two different zooms. So if you look at the bottom of the left-hand side, there should be WD and NR.
Yeah,
that's wide and narrow camera view, so that should be your initial point of zoom.
Okay.
You can then use just below that flare button, there's zoom minus and zoom plus, which will allow you to zoom that in.
I can't zoom out very far, but I guess that's just how it is. Right, going to find this fucking thing. Right. Gotta find the bridge. Right, there's the bridge. Right, found the bridge. Right, the convoy, I know, is left a bit.
Bearing 44.
Right, the convoy is somewhere here, but I'm finding it really hard to see with my monochrome.
Yep, so you take it off flare, so that same button again.
There is smoke. There's smoke. I found it. Right, I'm now going to zoom in. And in a bit more, and in a bit more. I see tanks, I see tanks. Right. I'm hovering over a tank, what do I do with it?
Right, so once you're hovered over it,
Yeah.
go ahead and fence in. So air to ground mode on.
Air to ground mode.
Master arm on.
Master arm on.
GBU on.
Wait.
GBU selected.
Hang on. So that is. I need to menu. That is stores. GBU is
12.
Yep. Got my GBU selected. Oh, I've lost my fucking LST.
Don't worry. As long as you haven't undesignated, as long as you have not undesignated, it will remember where you left it. So just turn around, put the nose back on target, and you're good. This is why you must keep your finger off the undesignated key while doing this, because there is nothing worse than taking 5 minutes to find and pick out a target and then undesignating.
So what's my option now? I don't have the thing on the HUD anymore, so the camera's still aimed at the target, presumably.
Yep. So just push up. So just push west. Give yourself a little bit of distance. Turn around again. I mean, remember, this is the wonderful thing about this T-pod. You are in no danger from any of those targets.
How do I get my screen back then, so I can start seeing stuff?
Right. So on your left MFD, go to your stores. So bring your stores up on your left MFD.
Yeah.
On your right MFD, go back to menu.
T-pod.
And then make sure that TDC is enabled and standby is off.
Yep, so now it's all reset, so it's staring at the sky. Okay, we'll just have to find it again. It's lesson learned. Okay.
Depending on how far away you are, you can take the quick route. So for example, as he's gone ahead and marked that area for us, if you can visually see the smoke with your eyes, you can put the octagon over the smoke now.
Oh, hang on, guys. No, it's reset. It's back on the tank. It's because it's looking through one of my wings. That's the problem.
Yep.
Alright, understood. Coming off the gas a little bit. Okay, I'm going to turn towards the target. Stand by. It was somewhere. Oh, I've lost situation.
Well, before you do that, let's make sure we're all properly fenced in.
Yep.
For GBU. So, right. Checklist is air to ground mode on.
Roger.
Check. Master arm on.
Roger.
Check. GBU12 selected.
Roger.
Check. Now on your armament panel you should see loading armament above your big red jettison button. There should be mode AUT.
Yeah, it says mode.
Ignore that. What you want to do is go to the next one and go fuse for safe. It's currently in safe.
Roger.
You want to just go ahead and hit that. It really doesn't, it's not entirely modelled, so it doesn't matter which one you select.
Well, that's the fusing over.
So I've got T in at the minute, so that's good.
It is modelled.
I've never had an issue. Well, okay, so I'm just, it might be modelled, but I've never had an issue selecting any different one of those. I just pick a random one and go. So
okay, I've got my tank back, guys. Got my tank back. I'm going to turn
right. So now on the MFD with your T-pod on it, the top hand bank of switches, the top hand bank of buttons, you should see the left hand one should say safe.
Hang on, I've just got to level myself here, get the autopilot back on, Right, leveled out there. Speed up a bit, autopilot on please. Is it on? Yes it is. Come on, lift me out, autopilot. Why are you slewing me left? Okay, I'm going to have to try and fly by hand then, fine. I'm going to quickly zoom in to make sure I've got my tank in, because heavens no, I don't want to lose my tank. Why won't it zoom in? Right, what are you doing wrong? Okay, carry on, Grinkle. I'm going to assume this is still on my tank.
Right, so top hand bank of switches, this should be on the left hand one, should say safe.
Top bank of switches should say safe. Is this on the right MFD?
On the right MFD.
Yes, it does. It does say that.
Right, so go ahead and press that. It should say arm.
It is armed. Roger.
Right, so on the second to last right one, so we should say TRNL.
Yeah, Roger.
Go ahead and hit that once, it should go to marker.
Roger.
Go ahead and hit that again, it should say laser.
Laser.
Right, we are now fenced in. So what you want to go, so before we do anything, reference the center button on that panel that says fire.
Fire.
That is how you fire the laser after pickle.
Right.
So So you're gonna, so now, if you run in on your target, so give yourself a bit of distance, and then point your nose to the target area.
Roger. Do I have to not to lock on? Do I have to lock onto the target, or does it just?
No, if you put the just put the button, the camera over the target. Good thing is, if it's in area track, a good tip is to put the because you're tracking the area, not the tank itself.
Right.
So what you do is you put it on the tank's wheels, so that you're not actually, because obviously from my angle, I'm about 30 nautical miles away currently, so from my angle, I'm actually, if I was to aim directly at the tank's hull, I'd be tracking the ground several meters on the other side of the tank.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with what I've got. I'm running in. I am 13 miles out, I think that means, about 2 minutes out.
Yep.
When should I be dropping this bomb?
Right, so you should have a line in the centre of your HUD. Right, so you should say, so on the right hand side of your HUD, you should say, for me it says 12.7 TGT, that is my distance to target.
Mine's 11, yep. Mine's 11, yep.
Underneath that it says 96 and counting seconds. That is your time to target.
Roger. Should I be heading towards this line, by the way?
Yep, so you want to keep that line as centred as possible in your HUD at all times.
Roger. Okay. Understood. Now, when do I drop the damn bomb?
As you start getting below 10 seconds to target, I like to do it then.
And then how far the laser?
You hold down the pickle button until you're 10 seconds to target.
Roger.
So right now, just concentrate on keeping your line to target as straight and as crisp as possible. Best CC. This will happen in any bomb you delivered via CCRP. So this is essentially universal CCRP drop mode. The only difference between this and CCRP is that we're going the extra step to guide the bomb after release. If that makes sense.
Roger. There was a lot of buttons to press along this to get this thing to fire.
There was.
60
the good thing is now you're fenced in. Right? So once you're 10 seconds to target, go ahead and hold down the pickle button.
I'm 50 at the moment. Can't keep that bloody thing in the centre. It wiggles and wobbles.
Yep. Autopilot is a nice way. So they're just using the altitude hold is a reasonable good workaround. Right. So Gringle is 10 seconds to target. Holding down pickle button. 5 seconds to target. 3, 2, 1. Pickle. Should be, what will happen is a line will come down, a blocky line will come down the centre of that.
My fucking line's just disappeared. Right, I'm just gonna stop firing now. No, I've got the line back. Holding it down. Drop, you bastard, you will drop.
Yep, a big block could come down, down along that line, and it should automatically release. You'll know when it's released because it will kick off side to side, because you'll be...
Just keep flying straight after you dropped it.
Has it dropped, Andy? Has it dropped? It's dropped.
Right, so hit your fire button,
Panicking, found it.
Center.
Yeah, found it. Yeah, it's got a thing underneath it.
Right.
Oh my god, this is scary
Well,
stuff.
somebody that's tracking.
Come on,
yeah, that's Cap's bomb. It's tracking.
Hit my GPU. Yeah, come on! That is how you do it, chaps. Right, I'm gonna go.
And that's it. I mean, from 10,000 feet, 20,000 feet, 30,000 feet against targets like that, we can sit here all day, 14 bombs, one after the other. Go.
I want to go and bomb another. So how do I undesignate?
Do not undesignate. Literally, just give yourself a little bit of distance and slew the camera again. That's all it is. That simple. You're fenced in now, so all you have to do is turn your laser off now, so make sure fire is not underlined, just to make sure it remains nice and cool, because you don't want to burn it out. But as I said, now you're fenced in. That's it. It's literally now just find a new target, put Pipper over new target, roll in, drop bomb, lays. Find new target, put Pipper on new target, roll in, drop bomb, lays. That's it. One after the other. Go.
The main problem I've got now is like my autopilot just turns off as soon as I turned it on. My plane is upset with me and I don't know why.
It's upset with you because the Harrier is a very delicate little lady and she does not like being 500 pounds lighter on one side.
Roger, okay, I think she's happy. Right. Oh dear, I've got my own body in the way again. I wonder, what is it, that part of your body that gets in the way of the camera?
If you left to yourself, and you have a look, you'll see the targeting card right now. It'll be on your center line. Essentially, that camera is doing its best to remain on target at all times, but it is a little camera that could. But if you see all of these wonderful stores that you've got on your wings, if you go at the wrong attitude, it will just get in the way. That's why often what they'll do is they will carry one on the wingboard pylons. So what you do is where we've got a rack of these GPUs, you'll have a lightning pod there instead, and a single rack and a single GPU on the other side to balance it out. I, however, do not like doing this because you're essentially dropping 6 GPUs for the price of a targeting pod when you could just deal with it, if that makes sense. I'd rather just deal with the slew issues and the view issues and have 6 extra GPUs.
We can take down a whole convoy with one Harrier. You could just boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah, this is a wonderful thing about this weapon system is, especially against targets like this, BMPs at this kind of altitude, there's nothing they can do, right? You are God at this point.
Right, come on little camera, what are you asking me to do? I think he wants to face forward, so... Autopilot off, turning in, there we go, we've got our eyes back, guys. No, and they're gone again, damn.
Right, just fit your nose on target, keep yourself straight and level at about 10,000 feet, you shouldn't have an issue.
It's got some flanking at the moment.
Yep, it's she doesn't like flanking, so as long as she's either, if you're hot or you're cold and then you're at a decent altitude, you shouldn't have a problem maintaining visual.
Yeah. Right, another tank please. Are they all still around those where the smoke is, or are they gone?
Yep, so maybe you might want to zoom using those zoom controls, just zoom out 1 or 2 points, because I'm currently on 9. So just zoom out once or twice and you should see more. At this point, now you have the target area in sight. If you put yourself back into flare mode, all of those tanks should light up nice and bright.
Yeah, don't have flare.
You're going very slow.
Is this cap we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yep, punching it a bit. I don't have any engine information, so it's...
You've got all the information you need above your right MFD.
Can you see any more targets, Crinkle?
I can see plenty of targets. Right, so the one you shot was right next to mine, so if you haven't slewed the target...
Hello, sir, who are you? And who's your daddy and what does he do? Right, tally. Right, I am in position on my target, heading in now, 7.2 miles. Where is my line? Where's my line? There it is. Got the line. Come back.
You can just try and maintain a minimum of 10,000 feet.
Yep. Altitude is good. This plane seems to like altitude, so come on, I want my line back. There it is. Come back. Yeah, got my line. Right, 20 seconds. No, it's gone again.
Right, so catch it, hold the plane steady, and put her into autopilot altitude hold.
That did help. Until that happened. Come back.
Fortunately, we are using GBUs, so you don't have to have the line perfect, right? Because we're guiding the bomb after.
I've dropped one. I've dropped one. Lasers going on.
Lasers on. If, however, you were CCRPing a dumb bomb, the more accurate you can hold that line, the more accurate that bomb will be.
Down she goes.
She's caught the laser. She's tracking.
Boom! Well done.
Well done.
Right. Good. Good.
So now again, as I said, it's just literally laser off, get yourself a bit of distance, find a new target, roll in, do the same thing again.
Lovely. Okay, well that's all good. So for the video, next what we want to do is a CCIP with a dumb bomb, I guess, i.e. no laser, just a straight GBU dumb bomb drop.
Right, so let's get into the area, target area. Go ahead and turn your T-pod off then, we don't want that right now.
Stand by. T-pod is now turned. Oops. I'll just go back to menu.
Yeah, just go to menu, leave it running and stuff, because that will give you HUD symbology for it, which should be nice.
Right, we're in active ground mode, we've got our GBU selected still, so...
right, so now go ahead and uncage the GBU, so you just hit your uncage button.
Hang on, uncage, well the same thing I'd do when I was doing a Fox 2. Uncage.
Yep.
I've done it and a line has appeared.
Yep, so there you should say on the right hand side of your HUD, CCIP.
Yeah, roger that. So I'm guessing a cross or something is going to appear on this line.
Yes, once you stick yourself into a dive for the dive bomb, what will happen is there will be a cross on the floor. That cross will have a dotted line. Once that cross goes solid, it means it is an accurate lock, positional lock.
Right, I'm going to go do a dummy run.
Boom, see? Nothing to it. So basically, once you have visual on the line, it means you're obviously within kind of nose parameters. And the line has two modes. It will be a hashed cross and a solid cross. The hashed cross means this is where you're going to aim, but wait. Once it goes into a solid cross, this means this is where it's actually going to hit.
Interesting, my TGP's turned itself back on and is marking a target that doesn't exist anymore. Should I just turn it off?
Just ignore it. I mean, you can turn it off, ignore it, whatever.
Right, so I'm looking for a cross to appear at some point. What kind of dive angle? 20 degrees?
Yeah, should be alright. Well, it depends actually, because we're doing proper dumb bombs, unretarded dumb bombs. You want to get some altitude to come in at quite a heavy angle.
Yeah, the best way to do this is actually low and fast. So at about 500-600 feet and along the line of your target. So as they roll on the road,
that's CCRP
heading from the west.
And negative, yeah, but the problem with that is we're currently using unretarded GBUs. So if you do that with unretarded bombs, if you do it shallow and fast with unretarded bombs, you are liable to blow yourself up.
Put them into NTD2. That's delay 2.
Hang on, I want to try a CCIP first, Andy, from a dive, and then we'll go and do the low stuff.
CCIP, but you come in along the line of the traffic.
Roger.
We'll just do a dive bomb for now. Just dive bombs are just easy.
I'll go along the line of the traffic still anyway, it'll help.
Yes, so just get yourself up to 5,000 feet, and I will get your dive angle now from 5,000.
I was going to say, use the wise words of advice from that one British officer on the longest day. If it doesn't start, give it a good old whack.
Right, cap turning in. 7,000 feet, that'll do, chaps. Down on the old throttle, let's use gravity, shall we? Tally live targets. Nice deep dive. Right, let's try and get this right.
So as you've got two bombs, you'll likely want to just hit the bottom twice. So just put one ever so slightly short, one ever so slightly long.
Well done.
I think I might do an air-to-ground gun run in the barrage.
Bombs away, pull out.
Oh, I got someone. I got something, didn't I? Didn't I get something?
I think you got yourself.
No.
Negative. One sec.
That, I think, no, I didn't get him. But that was a good demonstration of the CCIP, so near enough. Right, all we've got now is the CCRP, continuously calculated release point. So we're going to use the Snakeyes for this, right?
Negative. So the CCRP is basically what we've been doing with the GPUs. So it'll be exactly the same thing. You put your camera over targets. So the only difference between what we were doing lasing those GPUs and CCRP is that CCRP doesn't use the laser and requires more accuracy with following that line.
God. Right. Okay.
So we've been doing CCRP this whole time with the Snakeyes. I mean, you can do CCRP with the Snakeyes, but you'll likely want to do that low altitude, high speed CCIP.
Right. So what do you use to bomb your convoys, Auntie?
I use Snakeyes and CCIP.
Oh, right.
And
Okay.
the suicide run.
Okay, CCIP it is then. Right. So I'm going to choose my weapons. Stand by.
So essentially that GPU guide doubles as a CCRP guide. The only difference would be you're not lasing and thus require more accuracy on your infield.
Understood. Right, well I'm now going to go in for low level CCIP retarded bombs then. Okay. So let me just get myself all sorted and prepped. I've got my Snakeyes selected. Do I just hold my finger down or press the trigger lots?
Lots and lots of trigger. There's unfortunately ripple mode is not currently modelled in the Harrier.
Right. I've set my fuses, so do I go now, what kind of level and what speed do I want to go?
I'll let
500, 600 feet at 420 knots.
500 feet, 400 knots, right. Okay, gotta get my trim sorted out, if this is the case. So I'm all wobbly at the moment. Turning in, power on. Something just blew up.
Yeah, that was a BTR. I'm making sure you know where to go, Cap.
Boom, perfectly lined up.
Right, I'm going to uncage. Okay, CCRP engaged. Going to go low. Just when I get an eye of where my targets are. I see them, right. I know where they are. I'm now going to go low.
And fast. Very, very fast. Well, it's actually about 420 knots, I'd imagine.
Right, we've got the speed. Now just need altitude, right.
Do you want to start pickling at the beginning of the convoy, finish pickling by the end?
Ready? Not the best run, but...
Hammer, 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 hammer! Very nice. Boom!
Wow, look at that! I did it! I'm a real boy! Look at that! Somehow I managed to miss them all again, but proof of concept is there. CCIP. So, today we did CCRP laser guided, CCIP non-retarded, high ANA dive, and CCIP low altitude level bombing. Right. Should we go? That is the Harrier finished off. I know the Harrier does have more functionality, obviously, but the Mavericks are broken at the moment, so we're not going to do that. And we're not going to go through all the screens in yet, because everything's not quite finished in the Harrier yet, so we'll do that when it's finished. Anything to add before we go in for a success landing, everyone?
Someone get Cap a Mirage.
Someone go, God give me strength. Right, come and find Cap. We're going to go and land in Celebration at a tiny airfield somewhere to be silly. I've still only got 4 seconds of full power, so I'm going to die on this, but so be it, I guess.
No, you should be okay. You should be alright, because you're nice and light, which means you don't actually need full power to land.
Roger, noted.
Yeah, when you're doing conventional takeoff, just go to 100% thrust, not all the way forward, just 100% on your engine, and you don't need water.
My bad.
Hello, Cap.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you can't stick with me anymore.
Here you go, right, let's try out this combat thrust, boys.
Combat thrust!
Give me an F2 go, you see my acceleration right now. 480, 490, 500, 510, 520, 530, 540, 550, 560. Can I get 570? Anyone 570? 570 knots, 580. Can we get 580?
Cap, I figured a way to stick with you.
Boom, there you
This
go,
is-
Cap. How's this for indicated airspeed in the Harrier? 577 knots on the deck.
Beating the Hawk. Slow down, you big lug. Slow down.
What's your water level at, Cat?
I'm not going to look. 340. We're fine. We're fine. We're below full power, so we're okay. Right, down we come. No nonsense. Oh.
Nice.
Come on, down we come. Down we come.
Down, 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 and the flames went higher.
Yay! That's more like it. Woo! Right. So, Harrier complete. Still can barely fly the bloody thing, but we're okay for now. So, we hope that helps. We've only got the A10C to do now, and then finally we can stop doing documentaries. So, we'll...
I mean, you gotta land the Harrier on the carrier as well.
I have done. We did that yesterday. That's what we were doing all of yesterday, Chaos.
Really?
Yeah, and it was ugly, but we managed it down. Right, kind regards, and we'll see you later.